You know, prison also saved my life. I was on drugs. I have a lot of friends that are dead, and I have a lot of friends that look dead.
Yeah.
I'm neither. You know, I still have all my faculties. I still have all my teeth minus one, and that's a lot with eating an apple. You know, and I've never had a cavity, so I have never caught anything I couldn't get rid of, and I don't have any physical ailments. Everything works. You know, I also believe my prison experience helps me help other people emotionally. So, like I said, prison for women is hard.
Yeah.
You know, we lack emotional support. Um, we nurture each other, which is also a dangerous thing because people go home and they forget about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now you're hurt all over again. It's devastating.
Yeah.
Like there's been times I couldn't eat. You know, like I said, my husband was in prison himself and going through, and he went to jail. He was 19, so and got 20 years in the feds. So he's angry. He's an angry person,
Yeah.
and the lack of maturity he had as a man when it comes to dealing with a woman. I'm older than him. He treats me like one of his homies. So when I came home and I know this, now he's coming home this year. His mother's calling me about video call for the parole officer. Of course we're not together. I've been in a whole relationship with somebody else for the last 2 years. Who was in a whole relationship with somebody else? So you see how that rolls over? So you start needing shit from people and still end up being needy because they're incapable of giving it to you. You know, but that lack of self-worth and that wanting to be loved can be detrimental to you, detrimental to your growth. I wouldn't say totally, you know, a lot of I'm extremely attracted. I'm very attracted to smart men, you know, so my vocabulary's starting to come back. There's one point I didn't have a vocabulary. Like my mother used to say, like, when did you start talking like that? I talk like I'm in jail. She don't know. You know, she's square.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I talk like I'm in jail. I talk like I'm on drugs. You know what I mean? I don't have an intelligent word in my brain. I can't find it because I wasn't talking to anybody that speaks properly.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So I made a lot of mistakes after I came home from prison looking for what I couldn't find and who I was with because they don't have it, and I lost a lot of shit. You know, like I said, I'm separated. I never was able to have children. I spent the majority of my years in prison and on drugs, but I wasn't gonna have a baby by me and I got a whole husband. Because I genuinely love my husband. We just not compatible anymore. I'm different. I'm not Blondie anymore. I'm Tasha. This 20 years later. I ain't the bitch you married. You know, she may look the same, but I'm not her. So, you know, my dealings with my next relationship are kind of crazy. They're chaotic. They're chaotic right now. But it's worth it. And I think from the minute that you go to prison, there should, you know how we have a set schedule?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care if you do 20 years, you can do the same thing every day for 20 years. Yeah. It needs to change. That needs to change. They need to have some spontaneity in there because you get accustomed to everything being the same, and then when something pops up, you can't handle it.
Yeah.
You can't handle it. I can say I'm very versatile, like, and I heal quickly. You know, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I'm a Pisces, so I'm extremely emotional, more than the normal woman. You know what I'm saying? So I deal with everything off feeling it. If it doesn't feel bad, I can do it.
Yeah.
I'm not scared. You know, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that my time in prison didn't close me. I'm not closed-minded. I'm not closed emotionally. I'm very giving. I'm very nurturing. I'm sometimes overbearing because I know what a person lacks when they go through these experiences. You know what I mean? Even I was a problem before I ever touched prison. But 13, I was going to jail. I was in Spofford with the Central Park 5. And the sad part about that is when they came home, I actually had to apologize to them because we used to spit on them.
Wow.
And they were little. They were littler than us. We used to literally spit across the table at them. To come and find out they're innocent, and that's not how you treat a person anyway. You know, so as an adult, I am happy happy that I'm on this side of the fence. You know, I'm happy I can say, yeah, I went to jail 1,000 times. I was in Rikers Island 26 times. I touched Rikers Island 26. I've been arrested 28 times. 26 of them I was on Rikers Island. 26.
Now, Rikers Island is a whole nother
Yeah, but
topic.
You got to start there.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your first experience.
And that's your first experience.
Right.
And
first time I seen I was in Rikers, a girl in the cell died. The girl I was in the cell with died. That night, on the floor.
wow.
So, I was 16.
I think Rikers Island, for me, Rikers Island was worse than being upstate.
Yeah, because there's no chill.
Yeah.
It was like a big ass. Rikers back in the days was a big ass party, especially if you've been there. Like I said, women's prison, we only have one building.
Yeah.
So anybody that normally you know everybody that's already there. You know, it seems like everybody gets arrested at the same time. Like, oh, you're here? Yeah, I got here last week. Like, it's a big ass reunion. It's a joke until you realize that that's your norm and it's not normal. When I tell people that don't know me that like I speak up to community board members. And when we're rallying for Rikers Island, for the close of Rikers Island. And I spoke to the borough president of the Bronx. I think he's black. I can't remember if he's black or Spanish. I don't remember which borough it was. When I spoke, he looked at me, he said, you was where? You've been in Rikers Island 26 times? The crazy part is, none of those times was there anything there to work on my issues. There was no domestic violence programs, no NA meetings. At least upstate you could get an NA meeting and you got ASAP.
I don't even think we had a library.
No, only the law library. You only get the library if you're in lock, if you're in the bin.
That's it. And I just thought about that because I remember the times I was on Rikers Island. It was so hard to get a book just to read.
Yeah, unless somebody sent it to
Unless somebody sent it to me, or people pass it around.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard to read on Rikers Island. I don't know about now because I haven't been there.
It's still the same. There's no library. There's no library unless you are, in lock. Yeah, in the bank. But we pass books around. People get books. The only good thing about Rikers Island is when somebody sends you something that don't gotta be new.
Yeah.
The good thing about women is we pass things down. We share. We don't care about stuff like that. You don't got no food, we gonna make you a plate tonight. Yeah. You wanna go to Click Click with us? Here, come look in here. If somebody leave, they'll give all their shit away. And split it up between whoever don't have. You know what I mean? You cool with somebody, we develop friendships fast. Even though we come in at each other's throat, we develop friendships really fast.
Y'all
we only got it. Right.
So, the support is slim.
Even to the point of visitors. So, if you live on a unit that faces the parking lot, and your friend is going on a visit, and y'all live on the same unit, and you can see her visitors out the window, by the third time her family comes up, they're calling your name out the window. Hi, Tasha! Kids yelling, hi, Tasha! They don't even know you. They've never seen you before. You know what I mean? But that's how we develop friendships. We bond like that. So
totally
my felony fam is thick. It's like 12 of us. We all sisters. We go to parades together. We go everywhere together. We barely, we send each other money. We on each other's side. No matter what, we help each other out. We hold each other down. We hold each other when we're crying. It's different.
Yeah. You know what it is that y'all went through that situation together. Right. So y'all got this bond.
Right. And it's emotional for us.
Yeah.
Like we get frustrated. Because we don't have an outlet. Yeah. We don't really have an outlet. First of all, majority of us ain't really working out. I think if I went to the gym, it was to play cards because, and if I work out, it's on the treadmill. I'm not doing aerobics. I'm not doing none of that. Now, you have to select a few that are real hardcore with it, but there might be 5 girls in the whole gym that get busy. Yeah. The rest of us, I got our hair done. We outside doing our nails. We sneaking food to the yard. We going to the yard to see our boo. Nobody's going to the gym to work out. Yeah.
Yeah, it's different for us.
Like, Tasha, you working out? No, I don't have an outfit. You got my whole sweatsuit.
Just to
and sneakers.
In prison, just to work out?
Yeah, and it's gotta be cute.
It's gotta be cute.
We make our own handmade knitted pocketbooks out of yarn, crochet pocketbook, please.
Okay.
Hold on, Walkman holder. Forget about it. That's our workout right there.
Yeah.
We like walk the yard. That's it. You ain't got nobody outside, doing reps.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we in there working out hard.
Right. So the only thing we have is to live vicariously through each other. If you don't get a visit and she gets visits, she comes off her visit, show you pictures of her kids. If I walk past the phone booth and my homegirl's on the phone, she'd be like, Tasha, my mom said hi. I was like, hi, mom. Even to the point where I've had a friend that her mom would send me packages. Like she would send her a package and send me a package. And, and sometimes you do that to survive so that the person can get 2 packages. But no, it's for me. Also friendships that are created in jail normally last forever. That's a traumatizing experience.
It is. That's why it's like the individuals I was incarcerated with that are home.
Yeah.
Like those are my brothers.
Right. I trust me. I know. And
those are my brothers.
A woman that has never been to prison would not be able to understand how a man is so loyal to the people he was locked up with. Yeah. Because that can become a problem in your relationship as well. And I'm happy that I have that insight because, like I said, I've always dealt with the bad boy. So, I know that
these are the people that held me down.
Right.
So
right.
When I had nothing.
Yeah. Right. And it's a beautiful experience for everybody that to be home.
Yeah, to be home. Everybody's doing good.
Yeah, that shit feels good.
Yeah, it feels good. I feel so good when I see people on Facebook or Instagram and they posting pictures and they living life.
Yeah.
And I remember the times when we used to spin the yard or had to work in the mess hall.
Right.
Just deal with these asshole cops and
like it's Ramadan, right? So before Ramadan started, I was always a chaplain's clerk. So and during Ramadan, I'm the cook. So now, last month, all my my whole crew, we crew, like wait a minute, right? So everybody's hitting me up on Facebook. Tasha, you cooking for Ramadan? I'm like, I cook every day. Why don't y'all just come get some food? But it's like memories. Like, yeah. I'm really happy that a lot of the girls I was locked up with are doing good. But I also was maybe one out of very few that was an active drug user. So most of my friends did long periods of time, and I just kept coming back and forth. By the grace of God, they never judged me. I don't know. I guess I get cute quick. But it lasted. I kept it this time, and I'm proud of that.
That's good.
So I wouldn't change the fact that I went to prison, because I'd probably be dead or in prison forever.
That's why, some people are shocked to hear that you would say something like that. Like prison was a blessing.
Yeah, prison
it was a blessing.
I remember times I would thank God that I had a bed.
Yeah.
Because before those days running the streets, like you're homeless. Yeah. You're on drugs, you're home. My fiance got killed, my life shattered overnight. And I hadn't seen him for months. My fiance got killed in January 99. December for Christmas, he bought me a house. He never been in the house with me.
Wow. So
he was going to Vegas to see, I think it was a Tyson fight, the last Tyson fight. He took all his workers with him, and I came downstairs, he gave me my coat. I got a long mink coat for Christmas in a box. And it was 2 sets of keys. My car, I had a 600 coupe Benz, the black one, and house keys with just an address. So I went to the house. It was in Queens. It was a two family ranch house. I had one side and somebody else lived on the other side. And he was already rented out, but it was mine. He never been there with me. So he came back from Vegas and went to a gambling spot that he'd go to or whatever. One of the girls that he was messing with. So listen, we're talking about somebody with a lot of money. So one of his side bitches, she set him up. And he used to park his vehicles in a parking lot over on Oak Street. The parking lot was indoor parking lot. It was just his, for his cars and his bikes. And as he pulled up to the garage, unmarked police car pulled up behind him. It was cops, killed him. So apparently his Connect, he had robbed his Connect. And they hired the cops to kill him. They kidnapped him. They kept him for like 3 days. It was a Thursday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days. Um, so my best friend Tamika, which her man was his lieutenant, and she was living in Fort Greene at the time. My fiance is from Fort Greene, my first fiance. So she calls me and she says, Tasha, they got Juju. So I'm like, she's like, don't bug out, they got Juju. So I'm like, all right, where's he at? What's the bail? She's like, no, Tasha, he's missing. They kidnapped him. Wow. So they found him 3 days later, parked on the conduit in his Navigator, shot twice behind the ear. They had cut his fingers off. They tortured him. And all I could think about was, are they feeding him? Like, that was my thought. Like, I thought that he would come back to me. You know what I mean? However, I was, you know your man got money, but sometimes you don't know how much money he got.
Yeah. And a lot of things come with having that much.
Yeah. So when it all boiled down to it and the story came out, and I found him, I stayed in my house for a whole year straight. Just used cocaine. That's how much cocaine I had. I was having coke parties. Like, when I went in my basement, you know the shape of a 5-pound weight? Mm-hmm. Cookies stacked up maybe knee high to your knee along a whole wall full of drugs. That's how much drugs was in my house. And that year, 99, that's what I did. The whole year, I just used drugs, and, you know, it progressed from there. So I was extremely empty. You know, I didn't understand. In the process, I lost my house. I lost everything because the girl that set him up, everything was in her name. My car, my house. Like, she was his business partner. They were fucking. Yeah. And she got him robbed, not realizing that they would kill him. And she walks around freely. So, you know, I dove into suicide, basically. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck? Like, you come in my house and there'd be cocaine everywhere on the tables. Like piled up cocaine. Like, pick a table, y'all. Pick a seat. You know, it ruined me. And then, like I said, my dad was a bad guy, but my mom was a square. Like, she had me at 14. That was a long time ago. She never committed a crime in her life. She never used drugs. None of that. Like, she hasn't been with my father since I was born. Yeah. So, she's not accustomed to that life. She did not know how to be there for me. Yeah. You know? She figured that if she came and got me, took me to a program, that I would change. When I think in all actuality, she should have took me home with her. I needed that emotional support, physical. I needed somebody to be there for me, and nobody was. And my sister was in jail doing 22 years. My father's in jail for life. So I'm outside on drugs with no grounding. My whole family lives out of state now, except for my stepfather lives in Fort Greene, and my cousins that live in Sumner. I have a grandmother in Co-op City. That's it. Everybody else lives in a different state. So, you know, throughout my drug addiction, I was trapped in Queens, doing whatever, you know, and so jail saved me. Like, I would go to jail and finally go to sleep. It would take me 3 days. You know, they'd be calling you to talk to the lawyer. I'd be like, I don't want to fucking talk to the lawyer. For what? I know they're keeping me. What am I talking to her for? Let me sleep until it's time to get on a bus. You know, and that's sad. Yeah. But it was necessary. I can deal with any fucking thing right now. Anything. So I've been through so much shit since I first came home. I told you I was never, you know, while I was with my husband, I ain't gonna say I didn't do me. Of course I did. He was in fucking jail, but I wasn't coming home with no baby. However, in the recent past, I was pregnant, ectopic pregnancy due to my age. I'm 44 now. I was pregnant the year before last. So I lost my tube and my baby. And out of a fucking crazy relationship, back and forth, and you know, it's done a lot to me, but I've made it. Like, you know what I mean? I'll go out. I've been on my own, paying my own bills, with my own crib, wherever I want to move to. I get mad at my man and pack up and move to a whole nother fucking state, and I got an apartment the next day. I don't care what you say. You know what I'm saying? All of that I've been through prepared me for that.
Made you stronger.
Yeah. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm glad I went to jail. Now, hopefully, my story will prevent somebody else from having to go through that. And as long as that happens, I'm happy. You know, I do the work that I do because I genuinely know that there are pretty girls out there that feel real ugly. I was a real pretty girl. And men never cared about what this was. You know, it was always this.
The physical.
Yeah, it was always this. I've been in a lot of violent relationships. You see my face. Stabbed in my side. You know, I've been through some shit. Fighting over my husband. I got stabbed 17 times at a bar.
Wow.
You know, just bullshit. And I want my story to be able to save someone's daughter. Because mama, you ain't gotta go through all of that shit.
Because a lot of times we think about saving our sons from prison.
Nah.
But we don't think about that. You know, it can happen to our daughters.
Yeah.
Our nieces.
Yeah,
you know,
women live in danger every day.
Yeah.
You know, people, period. But you know, especially if you have an absentee father or a mother that has to work too hard. You know, you don't have if you don't have that nurturing relationship where you experience a healthy relationship between your mom and a man, you're gonna make decisions that are wrong a lot. And when it comes to the heart, that shit lasts forever. You know what I mean? You can end up in a soul tie that is totally detrimental to you because of what you're looking for. It took me a long time to realize a person can't give you what they don't have. And my mom had to tell me that. And this is 3 years ago. She told me one New Year, she said, you are stronger than I ever was. And mind you, I think by the time my mother wrote me one letter, and it was on a sticky note, and it was in the envelope with a check for $200 once. I've been upstate. I've been to Bedford 12 fucking times, I think. Maybe eight times. 8 or 9. I lost count. You know, 3 state bids, 2 violations apiece. So, one letter from her. One time she sent me money. And you know, during ASAT, during programming, they tell you to write out, you know, you got to do certain things for your program. And I wrote her a letter telling her I felt like she didn't love me and blah, 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 blah. When I really didn't realize that my mother had me at 14 years old. She was an empty shell.
Yeah.
She came from a household with an alcoholic mom and a father that was in the army. My grandmother must have had 8 husbands. My mother was a product of molestation. I mean, not a product of molestation, but she was molested numerous times. You know, so one day she explained it to me. She said, Natasha, you're looking for something from me I don't have. You know, my next sibling is 7 years younger. So it looked like there was a difference in the way we was raised, and it really wasn't. She was a kid with me and an adult with her. More financially stable, you know. She dragged my sister across the fucking country. My sister's probably a hot mess. You know, we're 2 totally different people, but I learned from her that you got to get the experience somewhere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is it more welcoming to get it in a positive way? Sure, but if you got it the way you got it and you can share it with somebody else, yeah, take a piece, you get a piece, you get a piece.
Especially if you can prevent someone from going through what you went through.
I've been through hell. Like some of the shit I've been through, I would be scared to tell people. You just due to judgment. You know what I mean? But I think I did well surviving that shit.
Yeah. So with all that being said, I really appreciate you coming and doing this interview.
No problem.
Is there anything you want to say to people, or like maybe give them your information where they can look you up at or anything?
My name is Natasha White. I work for Just Leadership. We are freedom fighters. We fight for prison rights, human rights. I'm on all platforms, Natasha White on Facebook. I just want to say, if you have never been to prison, please try not to go. And if you have been to prison, use your experience to help somebody else.
That
Be great.
Said, thanks, peace.
Peace.
Comment, subscribe.
Subscribe.